All right. So this is a nice game. Um, just off the bat, Sarah. I already saw the first three levels, and I was very impressed. Okay, so let's go over it. Okay, so if you actually look at my map on top, Aatrox. Okay, I'm actually standing still because I'm actually watching your mid lane. I'm like, yo. Um, Something that's pretty interesting is at the very start during Champ Select, I mentioned that the lane is difficult because Lucian has better auto attacks than you. I also mentioned that spell damage is pretty similar because his Q is really powerful as well. And he's also agile and mobile too, right? The only thing that Ahri has significantly over Lucian, well, if you hit the charm, it's a bigger deal, but also Ahri has better mana than Lucian. Okay, but you have weaker autos. And so if you have weaker autos but you have better mana, well, okay, so yeah, so let's think about this. Ahri as a champion has better mana, weaker autos, same spell damage. Okay, Lucian has same spell damage, stronger autos, less or weaker mana pool. So what Lucian wants to do is he wants to be auto attacking pretty significantly because as people level up, your spell damage becomes stronger and stronger. So Ahri's spells are stronger than Lucian's at like level 3, but definitely not level 1. And I think depending on how Lucian plays it, his spells are stronger at level 2. Just depending on how he plays it, that is, okay? But that's an entirely different category. So here, what Lucian wants to do, what he wants to accomplish, is he actually wants to press Q on your backline here, okay? Like, what Lucian should be doing is he should just walk up, press Q here, attack these guys with his Q. Okay, and then now he's taking control of the lane. But see what happens is he doesn't do that. And I already told you at this point, oh, Sarah, press Q on the wave. And so now you press Q on the wave, and you also damaged him. Okay, so now see what happens here. These guys go down to 193. Okay. These guys are lower. And so now Lucian has to dedicate resources, okay, into hitting these minions here. He has to dedicate the resources because he didn't press Q. And because he's spending his time auto-attacking these, he's giving Ahri the luxury of being able to farm that. And this. And also here. Okay? So now let's compare and contrast. Yes, you have less mana because you used your Q. He has less HP. Okay? But look at the minions here. These guys are relatively unhealthy. So that means that Lucian can't really take a fight at level 1 here. Okay? Right, so Lucian can't take a fight at level 1. Now Lucian finally presses his Q, but he only does it on one minion. Maybe he was trying to hit you with it, but there were certainly better times for him to be able to do that. Earlier in the lane phase, that is. And so now, okay, so he gets this auto, you have electrocute. Okay, so yeah, Lucian, who wins that trade, right? You have more mana than him? Oh, it should be about the same. He has, oh, let me turn off the chat box. Okay, Lucian has 307 and you have 352. Yeah, you have more mana than him. You also have door entering. Okay, he already popped this health pot. You have more HP. And because this minion is alive, you're at least threatening you're going to hit level 2 first. So then you do the same thing and you press Q here. It was really good. I actually would have elected to maybe throw Q like this way more. I'm not really too concerned. Actually, let's go back a bit. I'm not really too concerned about hitting him. But if you do want to hit him with that Q, okay, good. I think that's when you said you canceled your auto. Okay, so if you want to hit him with your Q, you can actually no, that's fine. Yeah, that's pretty good. I was trying to look at this in a way. What can we do better here? But I felt like now that I'm looking at it more analytically, this Q is like as good as it gets. It's good. Okay, so you hit him there. Okay, so because of how often, look here, you have 300 mana. Lucian has 315, right? But anyways, because of how often you threw your Q enough times, the wave is still right here in the middle. Okay, it's still right here in the middle, and you hit level 2 here first. So now Lucian's got to kill these guys to hit his level 2. Or one of those guys. But here, now you're walking up, and you're like, sup, motherfucker, what are you going to do here? Okay, you're walking up, you're pressuring him. You also have range to attack this minion. Lucian cannot safely attack this minion because then he's in charm range, charm and Q range. So while you're posturing here, you have the luxury to attack this minion, and then that minion is down. Then when this minion goes low, you have the luxury to attack this, all while being in position to punish him if he missteps here. Like right there, right? He went for clearing that. Doesn't even get it because look, this one has to be down, this one has to be down, or this one, right? Any of these three must die for Lucian to hit level 2. But because of how you positioned yourself early level 1, you're denying his level 2 significantly. He hits it, but it doesn't matter. You get a big chunk off. He uses his cleanse, which I don't know why. Okay. But look, he just blows so much from that trade because now you have Ignite. Yes, you guys can say you guys are pretty similar in HP. You actually have 50 more, which is an entire auto attack more, which is it's significant in this stage of the game, right? But you have 50 more HP, right? Your mana is the same, but you have Ignite, and he does not have his second summoner, right? So you guys both have Flash as well. Okay, so do you fire Q here? You do not. No, you do. Okay, yeah, okay, good. Sorry, when I asked if do you fire Q, I was like kind of hoping like, okay, fire your Q. So this is good. This is wrong from Lucian because, yeah, okay, you don't even hit 3, but you don't even need it. Yeah, that's weird. So I wanna take another look at that. Okay. So look at this minion that dies, okay? So it dies, and now because it's dead, there's nothing blocking him from his charm range, from your charm range. It's also one of those situations where Lucian can never E forward here, otherwise he dies, which he does die. Okay. He has to commit to flashing. But even then, like, he doesn't want to flash there. So let me take another look at that one more time, okay? In this situation, Lucian needs to accept that he got fucked by your Q and he has to walk away. Okay? He has to accept that he lost that trade. Okay? Because now you're threatening to hit level 3. Because here, if we look at where the minions are, the moment this minion dies, you're level 3, and the moment that minion dies, he's level 3. But with the amount of resources that are present, your level 3 is significantly stronger than his, with the amount of resources that are present right now. Okay, so Lucian actually has to concede that he cannot trade with you here. Maybe this initial Q was fine, but then that's just wrong. If he's gonna do that, he has to flash instantly. But then even if he flashes instantly, he doesn't have enough to kill you, not for your Ignite, so you kill him first anyways. So in every situation, that's just wrong from Lucian. But really good lane right there. Oh, I forgot what concept I was going to talk about. And then here, this is pretty textbook, where you're just trying to shove this as fast as you can. Very good. Okay, yeah, pretty textbook. Okay, so you're back in lane. Okay, so over here, this is a pretty good place to pause to think. I actually... Okay, I want to talk about the itemization here with the Sapphire Crystal. Okay, I actually believe Sapphire Crystal is a mistake. Okay. The reason I believe Sapphire Crystal is a mistake is that, for one, Lucian doesn't have cleanse, okay? Step one. And yeah, so he doesn't have cleanse. So even if you charm him, he can't get away from that. Okay, you also know that Lucian is not coming into lane with any items because he died way too early. He doesn't have any meaningful items to buy. Okay. So Ahri, I killed Teemo first. I actually killed Teemo without a gank. All right, whatever. So the Sapphire Crystal gives you how much mana? 250, I believe. Okay, so yeah, 250 mana. So that brings you to 825, but Lucian's already at 434, meaning that even if you didn't have Sapphire Crystal, your mana is stronger anyways. Okay, so without Sapphire Crystal, your mana is stronger. But even if you have Sapphire Crystal, between Sapphire Crystal and Dark Seal, well, Dark Seal still gives you 100 mana. So the difference, the layover, is 150 mana. But then Dark Seal gives you 10 AP, but it also gives you more healing. Okay, so what you're doing to this Lucian is you had a really strong early laning phase, but you're letting off on the pressure slightly because you took Sapphire Crystal off. But if you think about what happened prior to the lane phase, or in that exchange here, you sent an entire minion wave crashing to him. Kha'Zix took some of the EXP from Lucian, and of course Lucian was dead, so he missed out on some CS anyways. Whereas over here, look at all these minions, because of how the wave pushes back to him, or pushes back to you, you are going to have more minion EXP than he is. So you're going to hit level 5 first, and you're also going to hit level 6 first. Okay, so, and you still have flash. So between both players here, you have an insane amount of pressure over this Lucian. So you actually should be going Dark Crystal in this, or Dark Seal, Sapphire Crystal, Dark Seal combination. You actually should be going Dark Seal here, just to amplify your pressure more significantly. And plus, Dark Seal does build to a core item in Magi's, so you want that earlier, the Dark Seal at least, because it's going to help you build towards your 10 AP. Now, let's talk about Sapphire Crystal. What does Sapphire Crystal get you? Because Dark Seal, the pros of Dark Seal is that it's more immediate pressure, right? But the cons, or rather the pros in Sapphire Crystal, is that it helps you build Lost Chapter. But once again, you're against Lucian. Mana is not an issue. Okay, you also have Doran's Ring. Okay, so your mana exactly is not entirely an issue, especially with how your early game led to the point where you're ahead of this Lucian. So by that I mean skill for skill, because you have more AP, your skills are more impactful than Lucian's now. Okay, so your skills are going to do more damage, but also you can use your skills more sparingly, because you have a lot more mana than he does anyways, right? So you're not really worried about developing your mana pool by going into Lost Chapter early. I mean, you are going to go into Lost Chapter, but there are better ways to approach that build. Okay, you like the Sapphire Crystal doesn't do anything for you that you don't already have accomplished. Okay, now if you're playing against Xerath, for example, or Veigar, where it's kind of just like a mana battle, then Sapphire Crystal makes more sense, because you're never really going to kill them safely with Dark Seal anyways. But here, you do want to go for the Dark Seal. Just in this stage of the game, maximize your pressure. You don't have to worry about your mana pool. Okay. And so, in a way, Sapphire Crystal is kind of a waste of gold being spent in this situation. Okay. So this roam is good. See, look at this. You may have felt like nothing was being accomplished by this roam here, but look how often this Lucian is pinging. Lucian is spam pinging his team that Ahri is missing, and he's also pathing, like he's pathing his pings towards where you are. So that means that Kha'Zix and Pyke get off Kayn here because of your movement. Earlier in the game, or sorry, later in the game when you and I played, but earlier in the evening, their team, I think the Lucian said Kha'Zix sucks. And I countered with, no, it's actually your fault because you did nothing to enable your jungler, right? Whereas the solo lanes did a lot of things to enable Kayn. Your movement here, when you show a half-hearted commitment, but they don't know how committed you are, right? But when you move here, the intent is to continue fighting. So these guys are backing the fuck off because they don't want to fuck with Ahri, especially when Pyke is low. When Kha'Zix is low too. Sorry, not Kha'Zix, Karthus. Okay, and so what you're doing is you are giving Kayn the freedom to farm here and to move into his mid-game area without any hiccups, without any concerns. So that roam is actually really powerful. Okay, you press Q. Very good. He's still level 4, and what, you hit level 5 off this, I believe? This is weird. Just your farming there is not correct. Let me show you what you should. Let me show you how you should farm that instead, okay? Okay, hit that. Walk downwards this way. Walk downwards this way. And when you are in this position here, W this way, this cannon minion, take it in the same manner that you did, but do it from down here. And then, when you are over here, fire your Q at this entire wave. Okay, instead of your Q this way. So you want to position yourself downward in that manner. Just because it's just advantageous, it's just better. Okay, you would have gotten that one. And you would have gotten, okay, so you missed two or three farm from that just because you didn't position yourself in a way to prep your wave. But not the biggest deal. But once again, when you're playing farming lanes, right, we want to practice. This isn't a farming lane, this is a kill lane. But when we are practicing good habits, we want to do so with the expectation that we can apply these good habits in every other game in the future. Okay. I still think, yeah, see, look, you're level 5. I still think this is too safe. Move forward this way. Okay, there was actually, oh, there you go. Yeah, you recognize that you're playing too safe. And look, Lucian is pinging his Kha'Zix. He's like, bro, I need help. I can't do anything. Because damn right he can't do anything here. Look at that. He misses 2, or he will miss this. He misses 2 minions, so you're denying his CS. Once again, this is still too safe. Just walk up to him. He can't fight you. Like he definitely can't fight you with all your minions. So you want to be in this vicinity. You don't want to, you're giving him too much freedom with the farm. Yeah, so the charm, farming the charm, like, I like it, okay? Don't get me wrong. You missed your charm, but I like that you fired it. But what you could do instead, okay, is, what's your cooldown on your Q? 6 seconds? Yeah. So what you can do instead is you can kind of posture yourself in a way like this a bit, okay? And even if he fights with you, you just press W, deal damage to him, and then he can't chase. He could press Q and W, but he can't E forward, not into you, because of all these guys. So you technically out trade him even if your Q is down. right? Just hit charm, hit your W, auto attack, and then you out trade him because he's gonna press Q, auto, W, auto, but he's not gonna dash into you because you have too many minions, and by that time your Q is up. Once again, okay, so here, look at this. Remember, the idea is that we want to deny his farm. Okay, and the idea is that we want to put pressure on him. But this moving backwards is fine there, because you do want to wait a bit for your Q cooldown. But when you auto this, okay, when you auto this, you move back. Right? See that backwards movement there? And you're giving Lucian freedom to farm this. So what you want to be accomplishing instead, okay, what you want to be doing instead, so this is good, is you want to auto vis, move forward, auto vis, move forward. So now you're just sitting in this posture here where you can kind of like tell him fuck off. Okay, so auto move forward. So now you want to be here. Okay, because now if you're here, he needs to really be careful about how he wants this. Okay. So you should have been, like, you could have farmed this and this when you were down here. But now, right, if you're over here and you just forego this minion, don't worry about that one. If you are down here, you have real pressure to throw your charm at him. You're never conveying anything here. But over here, you're throwing charm at him. But the way that you're playing this, you're letting him be too comfortable. Like that's too easy to telepath when you're walking up and you throw your charm. He has so much time to react to that. But instead, if you're over here and he was like down here, now Lucian has maximum pressure, right? And it's difficult to telepath where you want to throw your charm. This is okay. So maybe you see this is very telling for Lucian. Okay, because so yikes. This is Lucian, what are you doing, bro? Okay, so only two things can happen in this situation. Okay, either Kha'Zix is here waiting for you, or Kha'Zix is not here waiting for you. Now, situation one, if Kha'Zix is there waiting for you, we don't want to walk up here, because then we get fucked up even for all these minions. And if Kha'Zix is not waiting for you, then Lucian is gonna tank all these minions here, and he's trying to freeze the wave, but he took so much damage, and like, who is he trying to freeze on? You're fucking Ahri. You press your Q and the wave is pushed. He's like, there's no reason for Lucian to move the way in the manner of which he did, because then Ahri doesn't follow, and now Lucian takes an additional 150 damage. So now you hit 6. Once again, too much freedom. You're fucking level 6 and you have your goddamn ignite. Oh, ignite is actually 30 seconds less. Wow. Sorry, that's my fault. That's my fault. I should have, because at a certain point in this game you asked me what the ignite cooldown was. That's my fault. Okay, ignite is 30 seconds less. So let's just look at this in a different lens of what could have done. Okay, so Ahri needs to be posturing this way. Okay. The moment you walk up here, you can just ult charm him. Or you can just walk up to charm him. Too much freedom. Okay. Also, I'm not really certain why you're playing so scared here. Like, I know you're concerned about Kha'Zix, but when you have your flash and when you have your ult, and Lucian doesn't have a combat summoner spell, and Lucian doesn't have any items aside Doran's blade, they actually cannot kill you. They don't have enough damage here. Okay, and even then, if they try to fight you, Lucian will just die. Okay, so this roam is good. I like this roam a lot. Yeah, I like that roam a lot. And look, Lucian, remember, we were talking about where Lucian is, and I think I said that he may have just like went B. Or I thought he was going to roam back, either follow you in the roam or go B, but he should have shoved this wave first. It's just wrong. Anyways, very, very good roam. But once again, this is now a situation where you're penalized for not building direct seal. So we still don't have vision on them, which is why sticking with them on dragon is completely fine. I would have considered going back after the fucking... I would have considered going back after the dragon. Your mana is not very developed. You don't have ult. So you minimize... Okay. The reason that I would go back here before, like, immediately after the dragon... For one, it's a cannon wave, okay? So that means that this guy's more durable. So it's going to take more turret shots. The other analysis here is that you don't have your ult, so you don't really have any real kill pressure on him, okay? And you don't have real kill pressure on him, but also your only form of escape is flash. So if you were to be ganked by Kha'Zix, you have to then decide, do I flash here or do I die? Because you don't have your ult anymore, okay? Because right. So you didn't cash in your gold during the entire lane phase and the kill on Pike, which was an extra 450G. And you're coming into lane without as many resources as you originally would have had. So in this precarious situation right now, you are a non-optimal version of Ahri here, because you didn't cash in your gold and you used your ult. So in Lucian's mind, he actually has... Yeah, look at the build. Lucian actually is stronger. Okay, you're both level 6. He has BF sword. He's stronger than you right now. You don't have ult. He has ult. He has cleanse. You both have flash. You don't have the mana to commit to more than one rotation of spells. And so Kha'Zix in this situation wants to look to force a 2v2 because you don't have your ult. So if Kha'Zix comes to gank and Kayn also comes to fight back. Okay, actually, what is Kha'Zix's items? That's actually a grief also. Wow, that really is. This is griefing here. Kha'Zix had to have gone back prior to... Okay, yeah, him going back means he can't commit to a 2v2 anyways, right? So anyways, in this situation, but we don't know where Kha'Zix is. We're assuming that Kha'Zix is not a dumbass, okay? So if Kha'Zix ganks you here and Kayn is looking to help you, you're gonna burn your flash, but you still could probably die. Okay, because Lucian has ult and he has flash. So you're putting your... And so now you're asking your jungler to be put in a position where your jungler has to make a decision. But it's Kayn here. Okay, so Kayn is not very... He's not very strong. And because you guys don't have Ahri ult, you don't have real kill pressure. Even if you hit your charm, Lucian is just going to cleanse it away. So still, once again, you don't have kill pressure. So you're entering lane in a weakened state, but you're also going to be a burden on this on your Kayn if there was a 2v2 to happen. Okay. Now the other situation is you probably had 850 or so gold. Maybe more, maybe 1,000 from your laning and the kill. So if we're operating with a consensus of 1,000 gold, okay, you can actually... I'm pretty sure, what is this? Lost Chapter is 1,300, right? Okay, so if we're working with 1,000 gold, then Lost Chapter being 1,300, you already used 435, and we already used 350, so Lost Chapter is only going to be 515 left. Okay, so if you have 515 gold, from your lost chapter away, right? If you're 515 gold away, then with 1,000 gold, you build so 515 plus boots. Okay, and then maybe if I'm rounding, if you're at 1,200, I don't know if you were, but if you were at 1,200, then you would have enough for Dark Seal as well. Okay, but say we don't have enough for Dark Seal, but instead you have 815 gold, okay? Or 1,000 gold. So if you have 1,000 gold, you have 515 plus 300 for the boots, right? Boots in Lost Chapter. You use 75 of it for your wards. Now you're at 890. Now, the reason that's so important is because when you get your boots, you're mitigating the weakness of not having your ult, because you're going to be a little more mobile than Lucian will be. Okay, Lucian has 335. You have 330. Meaning that you can't run from him. You're not going to outrun him. But now if you have boots, you can actually outrun him. Assuming he fucks up his, depending on what he does with his dash. And it's even more so, it's interesting because Ahri and Lucian both, technically you guys can't throw your, he can never E first, right? We saw when Lucian E first into you, he died, right? When you killed him. And you can't safely fire a charm expecting it to hit, not against Lucian, if he has his E up. Okay, so what you want to do, right, if you go back after the dragon, then you're coming into lane with finishing your Lost Chapter to have your mana developed. You could even get an extra health pot. You have vision protection with your pink ward, and you have boots to mitigate the fact that you don't have your ult. So it's just a very safe situation to go back here, and not going back here is a little griefing, because by you walking back this way, you are now extending a lane position, of which where Lucian is a stronger laner than you are because he has BF sword, right? Count your items. You have Amptome. Freaking. I'm pretty certain you have more than 1,000 gold as well too. You could have gotten Dark Seal. You have Amptome, Sapphire Crystal, and Doran's Ring, but really you only have Amptome and Doran's Ring because Sapphire Crystal is not going to help you fight Lucian here. So you have 850 gold worth of items, whereas Lucian has 1750 worth of gold. Okay, so his gold is it's about twice as more efficient as yours, and you don't have ult. So this is a very dangerous. It's just not a good idea. Okay, so this is actually wrong here. You are not more powerful than he is. He's actually stronger than you are. But he doesn't realize that he's stronger than you are. Maybe he does now. Look, you lose that trade. He needs to ult you here. He's not ulting you. Oh, and this is where Kayn bailed you out. Oh yeah, you could have just kept running that way. Yeah, but you see what happened? You got bailed out from the Kayn here. I mean, that's what junglers should do, right? But you assessed that you were stronger than he is, but that's not correct. He's actually stronger than you are. A level 7, level 6 be damned. He's stronger than you right now. He has 1750 worth of gold, and you only have 850 worth of gold. You also have a little tight mana problems here. But Lucian, okay, now he understands he's stronger. Like, in this situation, he could press his ult. He needs to ult here. And when he ults here, you flash away. Okay? When he ults here, you flash away. But why is he running like... Oh my god. Also, I have thoughts about this. If you're gonna charm here, do you have your Q up? No. Okay, this is mechanically it's beautiful. You flashed over his minion, and you hit your charm right on point. Mechanically beautiful. It's like, this is the part I'm saying you're a strong player. You have the powerful mechanics. But when we actually dissect this decision, this is a terrible decision for you. Yes, you have Ignite. Okay, so only two things can happen here, okay? Lucian can hit his cleanse now, or he cannot hit his cleanse. Okay, but then if he hits his cleanse now, okay, so here, if he hits his cleanse now, he runs away from you. If he does not hit his cleanse, then he's waiting for that Ignite to come. But generally, if you get CC'd and you don't cleanse, you can get really fucked up by the enemy's pressure, like by their spells. Right? Like, if TF go cards you, and you wait for him to, like, and you don't cleanse, and you wait for him to throw his Q at you, you get hit, and then you cleanse, what's the point in that? Okay? But what's going on here is that you actually, with your cooldowns, there is no way for you to capitalize on him delaying his cleanse. If he does delay his cleanse. Okay? So that means the only actual option for you is when you flash when you flash into him like this, then you ignite, and then he cleanses both the ignite and your charm. So now what do you do? Well, he actually hit the minion instead of you. But now what do you do? Okay, your Q is now up. Okay. Okay, Lucian played that terribly. I wanna go back to this. What's your plan after here? You hit him, but then right, if he cleanses immediately. Anyways, what I'm saying is this. You must wait for him to fire his cleanse, or else you lose your ignite. In the meantime, as you wait for him to fire his cleanse, you can throw a Q at him or a W, because you want to punish him for holding on to that cleanse. But in actuality, you don't have Q and you don't have W up. So you actually don't have a way to punish him for holding cleanse up. But it doesn't matter because you get really hasty and you ignite him. But then he cleanses the ignite. And now you still don't have a way to pressure him or punish him. Here, that is. Because even if he cleanses here, if you had Q and W up, you can press Q. What's the mana on that? 80? 40? Yeah, you're gonna hit your mana here. Yeah. You fire your Q, and now you also have W mana up too. You actually missed the kill here. You actually could have just walked up, auto Q'd him. Yeah. It was very narrow. It was very, very narrow, but I mean, you played like don't get me wrong, sir. I don't want to say you're a bad player, because you're not. But you got lucky here because Lucian made a lot of mistakes. Okay, Lucian made a lot of mistakes. So in general, your first mistake was your first real mistake was you walked back into lane in a situation where you didn't capitalize on your gold. Okay? So look, you can't even... Who the hell cares if you have your Q up? Because when you started this portion of the laning phase, your mana was like 40%. You're capping yourself in a way. You're making it difficult because you're not coming in with your resources available to you. And so the result of that is you had to you flashed on like as an offensive tool when he had cleanse, which was terrible. Okay, and you get bailed here. In fact, Lucian should kill you. Lucian should kill you here, and he's gonna get 450 gold from that. But it's just very fortunate that Kayn. It's just very fortunate that Kayn was there. Okay, so right, so your first mistake was Your first mistake was coming into lane, right? When you should not have come into lane. Your second mistake was you believe that you were stronger than he was, when in fact he was stronger than you, right? With the gold disparity. The second mistake is you're flashing into him when your Q and W are down. I think if your Q and W were down, you kill him through the ignite, or you kill him through the cleanse. Okay, so if your Q and W were, sorry, I meant to say if your Q and W were up, even if he cleanses, you kill him through the cleanse. Okay, so there were 3 really big mistakes that occurred. But he's just a bad player that he didn't capitalize on you for that. I mean, he tried to capitalize on you, and he recognized that he was stronger than you. Okay, but that's really everything I just wanted to cover. Dude, laning is hard. There was another concept that I wanted to talk to you about. I was like talking to you in voice call, and I said that I'm gonna bring it up in the video, but I can't recall what it was at the moment. But anyways, nice. All right. Anyways, this was a very it's a blunder. Like there's a it doesn't mean you're bad. It's just a mistake that you made. Okay, but hopefully when you're watching this, you're able to see like how catastrophic this type of mistake was. Your mechanics are fucking clean as fuck. Okay, like your mechanics are good. But just go back after the dragon. So we'll actually see what your build is here. Lost chapter. What else do you get? Blasting wand. No. Boots. Dark seal. Boots, dark seal. Health pot. So an extra 225. Yeah, so no, I'm just watching this because I know you killed Lucian. No, you got the assist on Lucian. That was an extra 170 gold. You weren't in lane for very long, so that means that my assessment of what your gold was after the dragon was correct. You could have returned to lane with the dark seal and boots anyways to begin with. Okay, cool. Alright, well, yeah, thanks for watching.